To make switching to the new Boost Mobile risk-free, we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
So why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Because you have nothing to lose. Boost Mobile is offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
No, I asked why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Oh.
Wouldn't.
Because you love wasting money as a way to punish yourself because your mother never showed you enough love as a child?
Whoa. Easy there.
Yeah.
Applies to online activations. Requires port in and auto pay. Customers activating in stores may be charged non-refundable activation fees.
On today's Smart 7, Russia and US meet for Ukraine peace talks, the NHS hits appointment target and much more. It's Tuesday 18th of February, it's Battery Day, and happy birthday John Travolta.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
There's a split narrative developing over Ukraine as American and Russian delegations begin discussions on Ukraine in Saudi Arabia without any representation from Ukraine or European nations. Meanwhile, Monday saw European leaders head to Paris for a summit hosted by Emmanuel Macron with the intention of devising a strategy to deal with Donald Trump's one-man plan. Ukrainian President Zelensky has already said he won't accept any US-Russian deal if Ukraine is not a part of the discussion. UK PM Keir Starmer has said he will consider deploying UK troops as part of a peacekeeping force and will put it to a parliamentary vote if necessary. He's also due to meet Trump in Washington next week and had one eye on the American audience.
There must be a US backstop because a US security guarantee is the only way to effectively deter Russia from attacking Ukraine again.
Meanwhile, Russia appears to be pushing for a US troop withdrawal from Baltic states, a prospect which deeply concerns European leaders and is something which could severely weaken NATO. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov was certainly sounding like Putin's team were in charge of the meeting when it comes to European nations.
If they are going to weasel out some cunning ideas about freezing the conflict, while actually intending, as is their custom, nature, and habit, to continue the war, then why should we invite them at all?
There was good news about the NHS for once on Monday. Labour announced that they delivered on a key election pledge to cut waiting times and deliver 2 million extra appointments across the UK. Waiting lists have now come down for 4 months in a row, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer says the news is a real shot in the arm for the NHS.
I said that we would get 2 million extra appointments done, and I'm really pleased that we've done that with 7 months to spare. That is really good. It shows what you can do with a plan that you put into action working with doctors and nurses, NHS staff.
Health Secretary Wes Streeting says the extra appointments were made possible by a new approach to evening and weekend working, and that 31 million operations, appointments and tests were carried out in the period between July and November last year. He was sounding a note of caution, though, as this is just one of 6 steps the government has said will be needed to significantly change the NHS for the better.
I don't want anyone to think we're doing victory laps. There are still massive challenges in the NHS. People are still struggling to get GP appointments, and we've also got big challenges on things like ambulance response times. So I know there are still challenges, a lot done, a hell of a lot more to do.
Israel announced on Monday that it was not fully withdrawing its troops from Lebanon, maintaining 5 key areas, despite the ceasefire agreement requiring full withdrawal by Tuesday. Israeli forces also killed a Hamas commander in a strike on Lebanon on Monday, even as talks are due to commence on the next phase of the Gaza ceasefire. The current deal is due to run out on March 2nd, and despite last week's near collapse, the president of Israel, Isaac Herzog, was sounding pessimistic about the requirement for Israel to release Palestinian prisoners in return for Israeli hostages.
Israel is releasing arch-terrorists. We are extremely worried about the children. We have to find a mechanism to condense the process and, of course, see how we make sure that this vicious cycle doesn't recur.
Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency has continued to slice its way through the US government, with his eager interns busy in the Department of Education, Social Security, and hoping to get access to the Internal Revenue Service next. Thousands of IRS agents have already been laid off, as Musk's team have requested access to the classified systems at the heart of the government's collection agency. There was another court hearing on Monday, as Judge Tanya Chutkan heard an emergency appeal from 13 Democratic state attorney generals seeking to limit Musk's access to government systems and restricting him from firing staff at 7 different agencies. US Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin had strong words for any UK parties thinking about soliciting donations from Elon.
My best advice to British lawmakers is stay away from donations from Elon Musk. Don't let foreigners get involved in your elections. Do what you need to do without taking a hefty donation from someone who clearly has a global agenda, who clearly is enjoying the control he has over Donald Trump.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, a Welsh legend steps down and Mel B wants to get the gang back together. Right after this.
Professionals spend nearly half the workweek on written communication, so focus is important. With Grammarly as your AI writing partner, focus and quickly get through work with relevant real-time suggestions. And it works across 500,000 apps and websites, so you can sound more confident and persuasive wherever you write. 93% of professionals report that Grammarly helps them get more work done. Download Grammarly for free at grammarly.com/podcast. That's grammarly.com/podcast.
Welcome back. The only Welsh winner of the Tour de France, Geraint Thomas announced his retirement from cycling on Monday. The two-time Olympic gold medalist won the world's most famous cycle race in 2018 and at 38 has decided it's time to hang up the lycra. He's had an extraordinary career, winning Olympic gold for Britain in team pursuit in 2008 and 2012, while he also picked up 3 golds in the track cycling world championships. He's planning to continue racing this season, with his last event due to be the Tour of Britain in September.
Certainly the data and technology has been a game changer over recent years, but I think it's just as much an art as it is a science, and for young guys growing up, I think if they can balance the two, that's the way forward.
We seem to be living in the reunion era, as bands who had gone their separate ways are back, out of retirement, releasing new music, or best of all, hitting the road. In the last few months, The Cure, Black Crowes and AC/DC have all gotten back together, and even Alice Cooper is hitting the road this summer. The biggest event will, of course, be the Oasis reunion tour, an event that many thought could never happen. And all of this reforming and reuniting has Spice Girl Mel B pining for her bandmates and hoping for the call.
If it was up to me, we'd be on tour right now. I'd be hopping on a plane and getting myself straight up on stage with my 4 best mates. I mean, I do think timing has a lot to do with it, and just where everybody's head's at, but I'm always there. I'm always game for it. It's just got to convince the others.
You might have missed Marvel's early run of TV shows, which included The Punisher, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, all of whom eventually combined for The Defenders. You can catch up on those shows now on Disney+, but it's another show from that same era that is generating the most excitement, as Daredevil is back. He's the blind crime-fighting lawyer and superhero, and he's getting a reboot 5 years later, with Charlie Cox back in the lead role. Showrunner for Daredevil Reborn, Dario Scardapenni says the new season is darker than DC's The Penguin. The first episode drops on Disney Plus on March 5th.
My name is Matthew Murdoch. There's no further comment at this stage. I'm a lawyer. That's all for now. Thank you. Exactly what kind of a lawyer are you? Really good one.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Work takes up most of your time. That's why you should use Stamps.com to save time with your mailing and shipping, and have flexibility to focus on more important things. Stamps.com can handle all your mailing and shipping needs, with rates up to 88% off USPS and UPS. Add flexibility to your day with Stamps.com. Go to stamps.com/program to sign up for a special offer. No contract, cancel anytime. That's stamps.com/program.